All right, let's talk about the letter B in your spice cabinet. Now, B isn't just for basics. It's for some of the most influential and misunderstood spices on the planet. Today, we're doing a professional breakdown of 4 heavyweights: black pepper, barberry, basil seeds, and black cardamom. Trust me, after this, you'll look at your pepper grinder completely differently. Let's start with the undisputed king of spices, black pepper. It's the world's most traded spice, and for centuries it was known as black gold, literally used as currency. It launched 1,000 ships and was a primary driver of global exploration. So yeah, that little shaker on your table has quite a history. Black pepper comes from the fruit of a vine called Piper nigrum, native to the Malabar coast of India. Today, Vietnam is the world's largest producer, but just like wine, the terroir where it's grown massively impacts its flavor. Tellicherry pepper from India is considered the gold standard. It's got these bright, almost citrusy notes. Sarawak pepper from Malaysia is more earthy and woody, and lampung from Indonesia. That one brings the heat. It's sharp and biting. So, what makes pepper hot? It's a chemical called piperine. Now, this is different from the capsaicin in chili peppers. Capsaicin burns your mouth, right? Piperine hits the back of your throat and actually stimulates your nervous system. But pepper isn't just about heat. The aroma comes from volatile oils, things like pinene, which smells like pine, and lemon, which gives it that citrusy kick. The catch: these amazing aromas disappear within about 30 minutes of grinding. That pre-ground stuff in the can, it's mostly just dust and heat, with none of the beautiful fragrance. Now for the professional stuff. Black pepper's most incredible power is as a bioenhancer. The piperine in it can increase your body's ability to absorb other nutrients. The most famous example is with turmeric. Add a pinch of black pepper and you can boost the absorption of curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, by up to 2,000%. It also stimulates stomach acid, which helps you digest proteins more efficiently, preventing that heavy, bloated feeling. But a word of caution: because it enhances absorption, it can make certain medications dangerously potent, so always talk to a doctor if you're on something specific. And if you have gastritis or ulcers, go easy on it, as it can irritate the stomach lining. And the pepper sneeze: that's piperine irritating the nerve endings in your nose. So, how do the pros use it? First, they toast it. Tossing whole peppercorns in a dry pan for a minute before grinding transforms that raw heat into a smoky, complex sweetness. It's a game changer. Second, they know when to add it. For stocks and stews, you add whole peppercorns at the beginning for a slow release of woody depth. But for finishing a dish, you always grind it fresh right at the end to preserve those incredible aromas. For something like a steak, you don't want a powder. You want what's called a mignonette cut coarsely cracked pepper. This gives you bursts of flavor instead of a uniform heat, which is perfect for steak au poivre. And did you know that black, white, green, and red peppercorns all come from the same plant? The difference is just the processing. Black pepper is the unripe fruit, dried until it turns black. For white pepper, the outer skin is soaked off, giving it a funkier, more earthy flavor that's great for white sauces. Green peppercorns are the young, unripe berries, often pickled. And those pink peppercorns you see, they're not actually pepper at all. They come from a different tree and are a potential allergen for people with tree nut allergies. Okay, let's move on to our next bee spice, and this one is a true hidden gem, barberry. In Persian, it's called zurishki. These are tiny, dried ruby red berries that are absolutely essential in Persian and Central Asian cooking. Iran produces over 95% of the world's supply. They're intensely sour and tart, packed with vitamin C. But the real magic inside these little berries is a compound called berberine. This is a potent alkaloid that's getting a ton of attention right now in the medical world for its potential to help lower blood sugar and improve heart health. In a professional kitchen, you'd never just toss them into a dish raw. The technique is to bloom them in a little butter or oil with a pinch of sugar. This softens them and balances their tartness, turning them into these glistening jewels. They are the absolute star of the famous Persian dish, zureshk polo, or Barbary rice with chicken, where they provide these incredible bright, sour pops of flavor against the savory rice and saffron. Just a quick heads up, pregnant women should avoid them, and high doses of berberine can cause a drop in blood pressure. Our third bee is basil seeds, also known as sabja or takmaria. People often confuse them with chia seeds, but they are completely different. These are the seeds of the sweet basil plant. Native to India and Southeast Asia, their power lies in their massive amount of soluble fiber. When you soak them in water, they swell up to 10 times their original size, creating this fantastic gelatinous texture. This has two main benefits. First, in Ayurvedic medicine, they are considered a refrigerant, a cooling food. They're used to help lower your internal body temperature, making them perfect for hot summer days. Second, because they expand so much, they are amazing for weight management. A spoonful in a glass of water before a meal can help you feel full and satisfied. But here's the most important rule. You must soak them before using. Never eat them dry. After soaking for about 15 minutes, they become these soft, pearly orbs. They don't have much flavor on their own, so they're perfect for adding texture and nutrients to drinks. They are a key ingredient in the famous South Asian dessert drink, Faluda, and you can easily add them to lemonades, smoothies, or yogurt for a fiber boost. Finally, we come to our fourth bee, the bold, smoky giant, black cardamom. This is not just a different colored version of the green cardamom you might know. They are two completely different spices. Green cardamom is delicate, floral, and used in sweets and teas. Black cardamom is a beast. Its pods are dried over open flames, which gives it this intense, smoky, almost camphorous aroma. It's a warm spice, native to the eastern Himalayas. Think Nepal, Sikkim, and Bhutan. Its dominant chemical compound is 18-cineol, which gives it that bold medicinal scent, combined with smoky phenols from the drying process. In the professional world, black cardamom is almost never used in desserts. Its home is in savory, heavy dishes, think rich meat curries, hearty stews, and long-simmered stocks and braises. It adds an incredible layer of smoky depth that you just can't get from anything else. A pro tip for using it: always crack the pod open a bit before you toss it into the pot. This allows the smoky seeds inside to really infuse the liquid and release their full flavor. Don't be afraid of its strong personality. Used correctly, it can elevate a simple stew into something truly profound and memorable. So there you have it, for bee spices that are absolute powerhouses in the kitchen. We have black pepper, the universal king that enhances everything it touches. Barberry, the sour jewel that brightens up savory dishes. Basil seeds, the cooling textural wonder for drinks. And black cardamom, the smoky soul of hearty stews. Next time you reach for a spice, I hope you think a little differently about the incredible history and science packed into that tiny jar. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something new, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of flavor. See you next time.